Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very big video to get into because we have some updates, some news, some leaks. All of this stuff is very crazy. So yeah, you don't want to miss this one. Let's go and get right into it. So before we get into this very crazy video, like I'm talking about next generation game leaks, great Switch 2 news, updates, maybe some rumors as well, I'm not sure, but it's a lot. Make sure you're a subscriber and follow both my social medias and like and comment on every video, because tomorrow I'm starting to give away multiple eShop gift cards every single Saturday for the entire year in eShop sale videos, and I'm also going to be giving away some Nintendo Switch 2s, so you don't want to miss that. Before we get into this video, if you could hit a like and subscribe, follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram so we can keep our communities growing, and let's get into this video. So first, let's talk about game key cards. It's like a pretty dumb thing that's happening, and the rumor currently is Nintendo's only offering a 64GB cartridge, and that's the only option, and it's very expensive, so third parties going with game key cards. If I want to play the game, I'm going to buy the game key card. To me, it's like buying a game digitally, you know? Now, if physical's an option, I'll always go with that. Even if it's a little bit more expensive, I'll always go with that. So it is disheartening to see some third-party games that could easily be physical editions be game key cards. Today we have an update about a new third-party game that's coming, and it looks actually really fun, and that is Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I don't know when this game is coming out. I want to say maybe August or something. It's Sonic Racing. It has a lot of cool characters in it this time, and they gave us like a promotional banner or picture or whatever, and if you look closely, it does not look like it says game key card for the Nintendo Switch 2. So this will in fact be Sega's first proper physical release for the Nintendo Switch 2. I hope this is a trend that will continue on. Please give us physical games. We will buy them. It's a no-brainer. Now before we get into some huge news, updates, leaks, all that good stuff, a little PSA if you have not got a Switch 2 yet. Actually, where's my phone? Oh no. I have some information wrote down for you. So I talked to the people at GameStop directly when I picked up Cyberpunk for my Switch 2. I was just curious, do you guys have any Switch 2s in stock? They didn't, but they said they signed a contract with Nintendo that they will receive Switch 2s every single week. So that's incredible, right? And we see the sales numbers, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but that's how you do it. You make stock to where everybody can buy it. The scalpers can shove the Switch 2s up their ass for all we care, man. So check GameStop. And Walmart is having a restock, and this is from the Walmart employees themselves saying this, June 22nd. So that is 10 days after I'm recording this video. I'm recording this on June 12th. June 22nd, they are having a restock. And then I heard Best Buy is having restocks periodically all the time right now. Like they had one a few days ago maybe. So if you haven't got one, don't go with the scalpers. Be on the lookout. I think you're going to be able to get one. And this is a beautiful thing. Now speaking of the Switch 2, we know this thing broke sales records. It's the fastest selling Nintendo console of all time, and allegedly the fastest selling gaming console of all time, which is beautiful and incredible. And I just applaud Nintendo for taking the time to delay the console to where the stock is just, it's there. So we have some new updated numbers, and it puts us in perspective, and it's crazy. The Nintendo Switch 2 sold almost 1 million units the launch weekend in Japan. I mean, I am almost speechless. That is absolutely incredible. And look at this right here for Mario Kart World. You gotta remember, this is physical. 780,000 copies in Japan alone for Mario Kart World. And that is physically. That's not including the pack-in titles and people who just probably bought it digitally. So 1 million consoles, 1 million copies of Mario Kart World probably, that's just for Japan. And then we have this right here. The Nintendo Switch 2 is the fastest selling Nintendo hardware in the United States after 4 days, outselling the OG Switch 2-to-1 worldwide. So Nintendo said 3.5 million consoles in 4 days. I think at this point, you know, it's been a week, bare minimum 4 million consoles. Because I'm still seeing people walk into Walmart and random Targets and buying them today. 4 million consoles in a week is crazy. If the stock is still there after a month, bare minimum 5 million consoles sold, but I kind of feel like it's going to be higher. But yeah, I think Nintendo should just be applauded for this. Like, they delayed the console for a year. Obviously, we wanted to play it, and we know the console had kind of been done, but they delayed it, and the reason why? Well, they wanted to meet demand. And at the time, we're like, dude, forget about that, you know, I just want to play it. But I think this is the best course of action, and I can't believe how smooth the launch went. And I wonder, will this be a steady number? Obviously, you know, it's going to spike right at launch, like the week of. It'll dip down, but do you think it'll be steady for the rest of the year and then spike again for the holidays? Or do you think it's just going to be steady the entire time? I'm very curious how this will all play out, because I don't think we've ever had something be so successful and just be readily available and will continue to be readily available. I don't think we've ever had this in gaming. I mean, maybe for the PS2, I feel like that might have been the same. Like, the hype was crazy and everybody was buying it and the stock was kind of there, and I just don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. Now, before we get into a leak about arguably the most anticipated Switch 2 game currently, or it's tied with 3D Mario, I seen Spawnwave make a video about using the Big Switch on the Switch 2, and it looked like it wanted to work, but it would freeze up and it just wasn't working, and I was like, that's interesting. I'm glad it didn't break his console. I don't think Nintendo's gonna break these consoles at all, even if you're hacking them. Never say never, but I feel like that was more of like a scare tactic article that was going around. But I found this guy randomly on Twitter who's using the Mig Switch, and it's actually freaking working. So you can see that he's using the Mig Switch here, and I think you just keep pressing it down and that's how it loads the games in. When Spawnwave was doing this, it was loading the games. It was having trouble loading the games, but it was low-key loading the games a little bit, but it was not playing them. It would get like this weird error. This guy is doing it, but it is working. And his console is on airplane mode. I don't know if Spawnwave's console is on airplane mode. I kind of feel like it wasn't. So I wonder if it's on airplane mode and it can't connect to the network, will it just work? Because this is working. Now I am curious. It seems like this is a Japanese game. I wonder if this is a Japanese Switch 2 as well. I don't think it is. But I wonder if that plays into it at all. But yeah, this is working. The Mig Switch does work on the Switch too, so there's probably a little workaround there. I almost feel like it's a challenge. It was cool to see people hack the Switch and emulate the games. It's not something I'm into, but I don't really care one way or the other. But it seems like for the Switch too, it's like, no, I want to do this. Not me, but the hackers are like, I want to do this. It's a challenge. It's a rite of passage. Be the first one to really hack the Switch too. I think it's going to happen sooner than later, but I find this very interesting. Now, let's get into a massive leak about the next Legend of Zelda, the next mainline Legend of Zelda game. I'm going to show you the source. Just chill. I know what it looks like, but it's not what it looks like. This is coming from Hot Girl Video 69 on Twitter. I know, crazy ass name, but they actually only pop up like once every few months when they have something to say, and some of it has came true. So we'll see how it plays out, right? Rumor. Concepts around the next full-size Legend of Zelda game in dev for Nintendo Switch 2 involve an almost Portal-style power gameplay mechanic that allows Link to travel in between realms, time near instantly, with experience akin to Jak and Daxter gameplay functionality. And when they were saying this, it made me think, obviously, of a bunch of Zelda games. You know, he travels back and forth in time, Ocarina of Time does it, but the game that it's reminding me of the most is Skyward Sword. I just beat Skyward Sword HD again like a month before the Switch 2 launched. Freaking love that game. But there's a time near the end of the game where you have to plant a seed, and then it takes like 30 years or something, I can't remember the time frame, to grow. So Link will travel back and forth in between time instantly by walking through this little portal. The same way we have all the powers in Tears of the Kingdom. What the hell is that stuff called? Oh yeah, dude. Side note, I'm actually playing Tears of the Kingdom right now. Switch 2 version. A game I did not care about at all. Like, I love Tears of the Kingdom. It was not on my radar for the Switch 2, but I bought the upgrade just because it was $10. It's instantly one of the greatest games of all time list. I always have Breath of the Wild over it. After I beat Tears of the Kingdom this time, we'll see if my opinion changes, but it's incredible. But what is it called? Like the little powers you have, like recall and like where you glue stuff together. I cannot remember, dude. I really cannot remember anything, but yeah, I feel like we'll have it just like that. Like, you'll just pull up your little menu and you'll snap between time. Like, and what they're gonna have to do, if this is true, they would have to build the entire game and the entire world and all the enemies and everything, and then build it again. And they've done this in A Link to the Past. I know that was Super Nintendo and not anywhere as taxing as what's going to be on the Switch 2, this is in essence like what a lot of Zelda games are about. So I could definitely see this happening. They say this is just a rumor, but a rumor this specific, I feel like has to come from some point of truth. Maybe a conversation with devs or something, but pretty crazy stuff. Somebody asked us to clarify what we meant by Jak and Daxter, thinking it was a typo, so this is a clarification. Not a typo, separate note from the Time Realm experience. I've only played Jak and Daxter like once and it's been ages. Those games are really fun though, but this would be the next logical step to take it for Zelda games, right? Like, we want to know how they can keep improving. It seems like they want to keep giving you more freedom and making more options. Basically 2 entire game worlds at once. It makes sense to me. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. In the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. We're in this next generation. You know, we talked about this for so long. What's it going to be like? What's it going to be like? We're here. There was supposed to be a Nintendo Direct this week. It didn't happen. A lot of big YouTubers and a lot of industry people are saying for sure next week. I can't imagine what's going to happen, and that's what's a beautiful thing. I cannot think what's going to show up. It's so many options available. And yeah, man, we got like a decade at least with this thing probably, so here's to it, right? But let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments. If you made it to this part of the video, hit a like and subscribe. Follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram. And like and comment on every video to help the algorithms. Oh yeah, and thank you so much for 18,000 subscribers. How could I forget? But you guys know me. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.